Hello everyone, welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So, I know last time I said I didn't really have any ideas for any Walking Dead videos, so I think that's pretty much it. But, I thought of this theory recently. It was like something that came in my mind when it came to like reboots, so that's why I kind of wanted to make this video. And also, someone in my comment section, Seth, thank you so much, wanted me to talk about the Delta, so that'll be in my next video if I remember. I'm pretty sure I'll remember. It's definitely gonna be this week or next week, most likely the end of this week, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for joining in this video. So I'm pretty excited to talk about this because this is something that there has been discussions about it, but there's no one's really like went in depth about it. So I thought it'd be pretty interesting just to talk about it and give my opinions about it. So instead of a Walking Dead Season 5, what if Telltale's The Walking Dead somehow got a reboot? And I know everyone's first thing that comes to mind, it's either a good or bad thing, but I believe Walking Dead Season 1 is almost 10 years old, and that's pretty crazy that it's almost like 10 years old basically. So basically, when it comes to reboots, there's definitely been like a lot of reboots or remakes. I guess the word I'm really looking for is like a remake of like either reboot, remake, one of those. I know they're both different. Remake is like making the same thing but making it better, while reboot is like completely starting over. I'm gonna be talking about both of them in this case just because they're sort of related, not really. But with Walking Dead Season 1, it's very old, and a lot of people, I know it's not a lot of people, but the gameplay is outdated. That's the word I'm looking for. It's very outdated. People don't really like the gameplay now. Like, if someone would play it now, I feel like they would not be satisfied with the gameplay. Of course, for me, I would still enjoy the heck out of it. But if you're trying to bring like new generations of gamers to play it, then I feel like they would complain about it. I think that was their first complaint while playing The Walking Dead Season 1. They probably thought the gameplay was like limited. And I do agree, I think it's limited. That's why I hope for like Wolf Among Us 2, for example, they do more with the gameplay. Even though it's a Telltale game, they can still try to do something new, which was what they were trying to do originally before they got shut down. But yeah, with Walking Dead Season 1, everyone says that the highlight of Telltale's Walking Dead was Lee and Clementine. And I do agree. I think they were definitely the highlight of Season 1, or in general at this point. And it would be interesting to see them come back in like a remake or a reboot. I think remake is more likely, but the issue is with the remake is like remaking something that was like, I don't want to say a problem, but like it can actually be like refined in like modern time. Like, for example, Resident Evil 2, that was literally on PS1 console, and the graphics were like very pixelated. So of course there's gonna be a remake where it's like high quality and like modernized gameplay, and it's honestly pretty cool. With The Walking Dead Season 1 and the seasons in general, I feel like you can't exactly remake The Walking Dead in a way, just because of the fact that the gameplay is still sort of new. Like, it came out on like PS3 and Xbox 360 consoles, so it's like still pretty like, I don't want to say it's like new, but like there won't be a major difference if they were to remake it, if that makes sense. And so, with a lot of people complaining about Walking Dead Season 5 and it not happening and the final season being the final season, and with the Clementine comic, is it right for them to like reboot Clementine and like do something different with Clementine and like maybe change her up a bit? Like, for example, like, would a reboot be good if it was like a TV show version? That's kind of like what The Last of Us show is doing. It's not really, would that be considered a reboot? I don't know. I haven't seen the show yet because it's not out yet, obviously. But like, I feel like that would be considered a reboot in a way because they're starting over from like the beginning of the franchise. So couldn't they technically do this with like Telltale's The Walking Dead, where they make a TV show of Lee and Clementine? Obviously, there would be a lot of controversy about David Noy not being Lee, or maybe Melissa Hutchison not being Clementine, because obviously she's like, you know, Clementine's like 8 years old, I believe, in Season 1, and Melissa Hutchison does not look 8 years old, so obviously they would have to hire someone else. So I feel like if they were to reboot or like do a remake of The Walking Dead Season 1 and Telltale's Walking Dead in general, they would definitely have to like focus on maybe like Seasons 1 to 2 but it has to be very slow paced, if that makes sense, and they kind of have to like stretch the story a bit. I'm not sure how Last of Us is doing it because obviously it's not out yet, so I have to wait and see. But I would assume that it would follow the direction of Last of Us, HBO's Last of Us, so I feel like that'd be interesting. This is the only way I could see them really continuing Clementine in like a respectful way. I know people would complain about her getting rebooted, but honestly, who wouldn't want to see a Clementine TV show? Everyone's been asking Clementine to show up on the TV show, and everyone wants her in like the main comics, and so honestly, I feel like this is like the best idea that they could do at the moment. I know Skybound is like really focusing on like the Invincible TV show. They have a large budget on that show, I believe, and which is on Amazon. I think it's easy for them to make a Clementine TV show since there's interest in Clementine. However, they probably want to like experiment with like doing a comic of her first because they want to see how she does first in the comics, which so far it's not really doing that great, so we probably won't even get a TV show, or maybe Skybound will think of new ideas. But yeah, that would be honestly pretty interesting to see if Clementine had her own TV show. I would honestly be intrigued by that. I'm not sure how they would do it though, because obviously so much happened and with like season 1, season 2, and season 3 and season 4. I feel like with the story it should follow season 1 in a way, and then I feel like season 2 and 3, or season 2 at least, I feel like it should follow that a little bit, but not too much. I feel like they should make it its own thing, if that makes sense. And season 3 and season 4, I love the Garcia family, don't get me wrong. However, I feel like season 3 and season 4 should not be a thing. I feel like the show should go off in its own direction. I'm not sure how they would do that, but I think it should just go off its own direction, because at the same time, they literally can't copy the games. They have to do something original. I still think they can have Lee and Clementine though, but I just think that they should just do something like with those characters, if that makes sense. Like, just have them in the comics, or not in the TV show, but just do something creative. Like, may follow the direction of season 1's, but obviously change it up a bit, like the Last of Us show is doing. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. And yeah, I'll definitely make another walk in the video, and that'll probably be it. And yeah, I'll see you guys later in the next video. So goodbye.